Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Horror Vision Horror Podcast. My name is Sean,
And I'm Missy.
and we're going to talk about a movie from 2013 called The Battery, written and directed by Mr. Jeremy Gardner. Basically stars Jeremy Gardner and Adam Cronheim and a couple other people. This is a what did you call this? Like a two-hander or
A two-hander. Yeah, an indie two-hander. Which is like I'm someone who loves characters, so that tends to be my jam, where it's really just two people playing off each other and the whole story is carried by character development.
hmm
And that's exactly what this movie is. Um, I love this movie, but I had seen it a long time ago. My cousin had showed it to me, and I immediately fell in love with it and added it to my collection. It also is my favorite kind of zombie story where, like, again, the zombies are there and you get some cool zombie stuff, but it's not focused on them. It's all about the characters, and they do so much with nothing in this movie. They made it for $6,000 that Jeremy Gardner borrowed off his friends, and it's a fantastic fucking movie. And it's another one of those movies that just nobody know. I feel like nobody talks about it. Nobody knows about them. And these are the movies I love.
yeah. For so this is streaming on Prime right now. It's included. Um,
Hmm.
I got it a couple of years ago. I picked up his second movie, After Midnight. Huge fan. Like it was,
Yeah,
if it wasn't my favorite movie of that year, it was in the top three. And
same.
Arrow Video UK had a version of it that had After Midnight and then like a second disc with the battery. So I've had the battery on my shelf for a couple of years, but it was one where I was like kind of saving it. I've watched After Midnight, I don't know how many times. I fucking love that movie so much. And I knew I would love the battery. And then I kind of forgot about it. So when you brought it back up, I was like, oh, cool, cool.
Yeah, I love them both too, although I probably watched The Battery more. I like the other one though. I mean, the two movies that Jeremy Gardner wrote, directed, and starred in are they're just both fucking fantastic. They're both done from a unique perspective, something that we've seen before, but not in this way. Oh, and for people who don't have Prime, it's also on Tubi for free.
Oh, there you go. Okay. This movie is, I would definitely say, fans of George Romero's original three movies.
Hmm.
This reminds me a lot of that, just in that the zombies are secondary. They are a tension point for the characters, but it's about
Hmm.
the characters and not about the zombies. So Dawn of the Dead, the original especially, I feel like,
Uh-huh.
was an influence on this, and there's a kinship. Uh, he talks in some interviews I read about how the script was real loosey-goosey, kind of just had the scenes and they kind of just like everything was up in the air the whole time they filmed. They were trying to make it work and blah blah blah. And that's really surprising to me. Also, that Adam Cronheim was cast like a month before shooting started. I would have thought that they like had a prior working
Right.
relationship. They're so good together. And Jeremy Gardner's kind of like the I'm just going to get it done, whatever has to get done. We keep moving and we stay alive. Very like he can fish, he can kill zombies,
Hmm.
and just think around problems. It's not. He just has headphones and kind of doesn't want to deal with anything. And so you get this odd couple relationship in the zombie apocalypse, and it's once again shot in Connecticut. It's say a lot of this look like some of the same locations as After Midnight. Gorgeous, absolutely fucking gorgeous.
Well, and it also plays with, and I'm not a sports person. I know this because my cousin loves baseball, so he told me all about it, and then I looked it up a little while ago just to verify I was saying it right. But the battery is also that it's a baseball thing with the pitcher and the
Pitcher and
catcher
catcher.
together, right? And they're um can if they have good teamwork, they can be one of the most important aspects of the game.
hmm
Um, and their relationship is often central to the team's success. Um, and throughout the whole movie, you're also seeing those kind of, you're seeing it from that perspective. The things that they should do as a battery that would work in the zombie apocalypse, but they don't fit well
They don't fit well, and that carries over. You get the
to
sense that that
everything.
carried over from playing on the team, where like at one point they're they play catch a lot, and Gardner as the catcher is saying to um, Mickey, Adam Crineham as the pitcher, like you're a one pitch bitch. But it's a great
Yeah, you're
pitch,
one
but you've
pitch
only
fit.
got one pitch. So I feel like, and there's another scene where he's like, come on, they're like miming throwing a pop fly, throwing somebody out at trying to take home. And you get the sense that Gardner is probably a pretty good catcher and that maybe Mickey wasn't the best pitcher. He probably
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like a starting pitcher or whatever. So there could be, I feel like there's some like resentment on Mickey's part. I don't want to this is so this movie's over 10 years old, but I agree with you, Missy. People don't know about this movie and it's floating around there for free on Prime or Tubi, and I think people should watch this movie.
I agree.
So I don't want to do spoilers, but we can kind of talk around that.
Okay.
Um, because the end goal of this episode is to get people to watch this movie. Because
Right.
I think so many people would, like you said, like people just don't know it's there, but I think people would really like this movie.
It's an outstanding film. I mean, I mean, it if you're looking for hardcore zombie action, this isn't it. This is the more slow, thoughtful kind of
Hmm.
zombie flick, like Dawn of the Dead or the night that the night that eats the world.
Yeah,
Is that what it was called?
The
I
Night
love
That Ate
that.
the World.
The night that ate the world. That's another one that it's you do get some cool zombie scenes. I'm not going to say you don't, but it's secondary. But that doesn't mean it's not worth your time.
Right.
The characters are fantastic. The it's beautifully shot. I love the way they use music uh,
Yes.
throughout the movie, both with Mickey's headphones, and then we get that fun scene in the middle where Ben is drunk and singing.
Yes.
I love I love
Yes.
that scene so much.
That's a great scene. That is a great scene.
Just bothers me. It hurts my heart that I mean, I love that I find these movies and I love that we get to talk about them because if one person sees it, then it's worth it. But
Yes.
it hurts my heart that nobody these movies slip through the cracks if you don't look for them. And these are the ones they're the ones that are worth finding.
I 100% agree. I think Jeremy Gardner, he's just
Oh,
aces.
for sure.
He made this. He talked in an interview I read from 2013 about this and how he had a monster movie he wanted to do next. So that was obviously After Midnight.
After
And then
midnight.
he mentioned having a movie, I won't say what, but he said that'll probably never see the light of day, but that would be a one-off from this, that you wouldn't need to see this, but it would pertain to something in this. And he also mentioned a movie where a man falls in love with a cobra that he keeps in his ex-girlfriend's bedroom. I'm just like, oh, please make that movie now. Um,
Right. I'd watch that.
but and he's in so many movies. He's in Joe Bigo's Mind's Eye. He's in The Leech, which we did an episode
Hmm.
of Elements of Horror on.
Isn't he the cool artist guy in Bliss?
Yes, he's in Bliss. I mean, he's just in so many
The
movies.
one character I like.
So many movies I love he's in. And I just think he's super talented.
I do too. And very like he plays a certain type of character, but he's very relatable and charming.
Yes, very, very.
And even in both of these characters, I love Benny. I can't bloody stand Mickey. And
Yeah,
I,
but I agree. But I ended up being a little bit endeared to him anyway. Just I think because of their relationship, even though it's not like the best relationship, but still, like you just get used to them being together. So there's something to be said for. But there were a lot of times where I'm just like, dude, come on, come on. Um, but it's one of those movies where you don't really see how it's going to unfold. Something will happen, you'll be like, oh, is this gonna? Oh no, okay.
yeah, you don't know where it's going.
you don't know where it's going. And there is a scene near the end with them. All I'm gonna say is they're stuck in a car for a prolonged period of time, and I just think it's like one of the best zombie movies can. When I like them the best, like to me, Dawn of the Dead is the pinnacle, right? The
Hmm.
original. And one of the things I
Agree.
love about that movie, and even they do a little bit in Day of the Dead, it's the passage of time in the face of this, void, this all-consuming void where it's like the apocalypse or whatever. And this movie does that, but on a smaller scale. So you don't see a lot of time pass like you do in Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead, but you see time pass. Like there's a great scene with them just brushing their teeth
In the driveway.
in a driveway, and it's like like Mickey walks out and shows Ben the toothbrushes, right? And then like they focus on them brushing their teeth, and the actors' reaction. It's like these two men that have gone through hell and high water and have not brushed their teeth in forever, and just the unbelievable enjoyment they're getting from this. And Gardner said in an interview I read, like, I knew I was going to fight about the length of that scene, but it was very important to me to like stay with them. And it's all about waiting. He used that word. And I think that this movie does that really well. And this scene in a car is like, it's just real
Hmm.
time. You don't
Right.
often see things in real time, especially if nothing's actually happening.
And they're waiting and you're waiting with them.
Yes. I think that's important.
Yeah, for sure. It's very immersive, and it needs you, in order to work, it needs you to wait with them. It needs you to
Yeah.
be invested. Did you know that Larry Fessenden is the voice of Frank on the radio?
I didn't, but that makes perfect sense. And that's one of the fucking things I love about Larry Fessenden. I just love that man so much because he's always contributing or helping or
Hmm.
involved with like so many things I love. It's like, oh, Fessenden did this, or Fessenden put up money for this, or Fessenden,
Yeah, he's
I just
awesome.
he's like the patron angel of fucking indie horror. And I've never met the man, but I love him. Absolutely love him.
Did you did you watch his werewolf movie yet? I really liked it.
I did.
Uh,
I liked it as
Blackout?
well. Yeah, Blackout. I
Blackout.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, I liked it.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm
But no,
always looking
I
for.
didn't realize that.
Yep,
That's pretty
Larry
fucking
Fessenden.
cool.
Well, and I think like there's that group of them that are friends,
Yes.
those filmmakers, and I mean I think they're both part of that same circle.
I started watching a making of featurette after the movie, but I ended up getting pulled away from it. But it was really interesting. It's like an hour and a half long. It's on this disc, and it starts with him talking about these movies he made when he was a kid, and they show clips of them. And there's one where it's like it was going to be a short, but then they're like, he's just like, let's just make a fucking full length movie, and it's about killer plastic bags. And like
That's
it's
awesome.
clearly
That's
like
awesome.
it's clearly kids making a movie,
Right.
but it's like legit in a way. It's regional, but it's legit. And like he said, like I forget what film fest they submitted to, and the guy's like, I don't really know what to do with your movie. I'm gonna put it in the fest, but like it's clearly a movie, but it's also like I don't know. But it gained a little bit of attention. Like somebody gave them money for editing software or something like that. So I don't know. It seems like he's got a really cool story. I'm looking forward to. I wanted to watch more of that before recording, but also I don't want to just regurgitate what's on a making of. So,
Hmm.
but it's just, I thought that was interesting. It was very cool to see like a young Jeremy Gardner and his friends making this movie about a killer
That's awesome.
plastic bags.
That's why I love him.
Yeah, agreed. More people, please, if you're within the sound of our voice, seriously, like check this out on Prime or Tubi.
Yeah,
I think this is a keeper. I think this is maybe more. I love After Midnight, but I think this might be more accessible, maybe.
yeah, for
Um,
sure. Because I love After Midnight too, but I've had a couple friends watch it and message me after what the fuck did I watch?
Really? I
Um,
feel like that's pretty straightforward. Well, okay.
well,
It,
not really, because
it goes off the rails at the end, but that's also the fucking beauty of it.
yeah, that's why I love it. But
I'll probably be watching that real soon. I got a
I think I
hankering
will
now that I
too.
watch this.
But yeah, this is probably a bit more accessible. Um, just again, be aware it's a slower. It's not slow, but it's a slower paced zombie movie.
Well, it's dialogue driven, right? And it's the
Yeah,
relationship between these two. So it isn't slow, but it's slow if you're looking for a zombie movie that's like zombie action, not this
this
movie.
isn't it. Yeah, check
But
out
it's
the
also
Horde.
yeah, exactly, La Horde. It's but it is slow in that it people might call it slow, but I mean I don't think it's slow because like their relationship and their situation
I don't
is
either.
pretty fluent, right? It moves very well and like you really like these guys and it's just again, it's like an odd couple kind of relationship
Hmm.
and it just really works. They really have good chemistry together and there's some really amusing
Scenes.
sequences. Um
Yes.
I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, there's like two right off the bat that I'm thinking of
Hmm.
that are
I'm
I just
assuming one of them is when Benny's gone fishing.
yes, that is one that is definitely one of them. The sign it
Yep.
says like "Gone fishing, try not to die."
Yep.
But yeah, this is I again, if you're within the sound of our voice, please the battery on Prime or Tubi, check it out. And yeah, Jeremy Gardner is somebody you should pay attention to. I think whether he's writing and directing or whether he's acting, I think he's got the chops. He's great, and I always
Hmm.
look forward to seeing what else it comes down the pipes from him or with him. So
Totally agree. Totally agree. Check it out. Um, if you don't have Prime, it's on Tubi for free, so you don't have an excuse.
then you got ads though, but still, nonetheless,
But
check it out.
still,
Get snacks while the ads are on.
exactly.
Yeah,
But it's it's great,
it
and
is.
I love it, and want to I want the world to see these movies.
Yeah, like the song "I Want to Buy the World of Coke." I don't want to buy the world of Coke. I want to watch this movie with the well, I don't want to watch it with the world because the world is a gummy, scary
Exactly.
place. But I want the world to watch this movie. Put down your Coke or your Pepsi and watch The Battery. And this is Horror Vision, and I'm Sean.
And I'm Missy.
Gone fishing.
Hapless teenagers beset by demons in the woods. A strange new drug that turns art into murder. A can't beat a deal on a new house with a horrifying past. A video game that might usher in the apocalypse. From the demented mind of Sean C. Baker, author of A Collection of Desires, Shadow Play, and Murder Virus, comes Volume 4, collecting Baker's no-sleep work along with several never-before-published short stories. This 99-cent volume also includes the opening chapter of the author's forthcoming teenage giallo novel, Black Gloves and Broken Hearts, due out later this year.